Alright guys, so let's talk about Kanae and the build for WOBL. So a lot of you guys don't have Soohyun, patiently waited for Kanae for WOBL, and some of you guys are asking whether or not she's good in WOBL or is she better than Soohyun. So I'm gonna be sharing you my thoughts on that because I already tried all of them in WOBL. Soohyun, the light team, as well as Kanae. So what I used in those runs is actually not the most optimal build, and it's actually not my recommended build. It's just that those are the only available items that I have. For example, the accessories there are better options, although you might have to like invest in that, but they are very niche items. For example, we have here champion of the field, gives you 8% attack, stacking up to 6 times, so that's gonna be 48% attack percent. So expert set gives you 1.6%, but you have to stack it for a long time. And so from here in this clip, you will see that the expert stacks that we got only was about 40 plus before the fight ended. That's only gonna translate to like 64%. Yeah, 64%. And we had to stack it from the beginning. Also, there are other accessory options here that you can also use. I already tried this. The obsidian set works well. However, you're gonna have to make a specialized build on this, and you're gonna have to be very careful when it comes to doing your rotations. There has to be no wasted skill cast, because if your MP goes below 40, then you're gonna lose that effect. And Kanae, as we all know, consumes too much MP, and her optimal state is usually around that 30% below MP, wherein she will get MP consumption reduction by 50%. The major difference between obsidian set and other accessories is that you're not going to be able to do 2 skill rotations, meaning you're going to have enough damage to burst the target and force it to the next mechanics with just 1 rotation, 1 Q, 1 E, 1 core, and another 2 E plus ultimate. Then the damage should be enough to force the next rotation so that you can wait for your cooldown. So this will give you better damage output than getting attack percent. And the reason is that Kanae already has too much attack percent. Let's say, for example, you have A5, it's going to give you 77%. You have dimensional advancements, A10, that's going to be 30%. And your weapon itself has 12%. One from Gina, wherein you're going to get stacking 1%. And another from the mana circulation, and from Isil as well on her A2, right? Yeah, A2, that's gonna be 9%. So that's like too much attack percent, and adding further attack percent will of course have diminishing returns. So there are pros and cons between those accessories, and you also have the option to use, actually this is something that can be used as well, the executioner set. So if we compare to the expert set, they are actually pretty much the same initially, because you're not gonna be able to proc this, because this will only proc below 70% of the target's HP. But on the expert set, you have to stack it initially, so it's kind of almost non-existent as well during the first minute of the fight. But after the second mechanics, then that's where the difference will kick in, because you're going to be able to get 60% damage increase here. And here, I am not sure, because there's too much switching and there are too much iframes in WOBL, and it's really hard to stack expert stacks in those kinds of situations. And you also have the option, of course, to use the concentration of firepower, which is a pretty good option, because this will give you cooldown reduction, so you can do your 2 rotations faster, so that you can take advantage of all the buffs as well as the break state. You're gonna have enough time to do more damage there, because Kanae will have bonus damage against targets on the break state. That's gonna be 24%, and you'll also get quite a decent amount of damage increase there. So these are all situational things, and I can't say for sure which one's better, because I don't have the resources to test them already in a controlled environment. But what I would recommend is to just stick to what you have. If you have good experts at super high-end stats, then you can simply just use them, because most of us actually would only have like 2 accessories. It's either you have expert set or obsidian set. The next option will probably just to make a concentration of firepower. Red-eyed is okay, but I feel like no one else will be able to use that accessory. So this is something that's very niche already, I feel. For WOBL purposes, that yeah, you can make one. Just remember that the attack percent will not give you a huge damage output too. So let's leave it at that for now, and let's go ahead to the armor sets, because the armor sets is actually situational as well. If you don't have enough total power, which in this case with 2 flame marks you probably need around 1.350 million total power, so you can still use, of course, your curse set. But I feel like, well, yeah, probably most likely Black Lion will deal more damage because we're already getting lots of penetration from the team buffs in the party. You can still use the curse set, but the problem here is that if you're gonna use the level 75 accessories here and you use 75 armors, then you might end up short in terms of total power. A lot of situational things here. I just don't want to like make a specialized gears for that, because I still would prefer, honestly, to use Soohyun there. Much easier, I think, can kill much faster even without the blessings. Let me just show you the stats here. Crit rate, this is too much, I feel. So I just don't have cores for this. Possibly around 12k is already enough. 10k, somewhere around that value. I don't know. But surely you still need to overcrit even if Kanae has lots of passives, because the monster levels are very, very high. Crit damage, defense penetration, damage increase, and then fire damage there. Skill levels 10, 10, 7, 8. And for the course, I think this one's gonna be generally better. And this one as well. Both of these can be procced by the Kamaichi. This one, wherein it will become an ultimate skill. So you can test this, you will get shield. You can test this, you will get an improvement in critical damage. And this one is also important to reduce the MP consumption of your basic skill. And here for Gina, let me just show you real quick. Blessing set, total power. I control the total power, by the way, just that's why I removed some of the cores. And for Isil, there you go, just for breaking purposes, and there you go. So yeah, overall, I think my opinion, I personally would still go for Soohyun when it comes to farming WOBL. And another problem that I saw is the survivability. If you use Soohyun, you just have to press E, one click E, and then you can switch immediately. And with Kanae, you have to press Q, which is good because this one activates extreme evasion as well. You have to press E, then you have to core, then you have to press E again, then you have to press E again or ult. So yeah, I think the defense penetration build for Soohyun with the Black Lion set is still the most superior. Alright, so just for the sake of comparison, let me just show you this quick run with Soohyun. I just transferred Kanae's Black Lion earlier, and I have a different set for Obsidian, but the stats difference is not that big. So look at Soohyun's damage here, guys. It's crazy. The defense penetration really is the superior build here. That 100% or close to 100. Well, this is 100% defense penetration, I believe. Yeah, so I think in my opinion, Soohyun is still the superior here in WOBL, and Kanae and the light team is kind of similar somehow. It just probably would depend on the preference, but the light team is much easier to play because they have survivability. As long as you have enough total power, then you should be fine with Thomas Andre. So overall, should you pull for Kanae? Well, for the purpose of WOBL, if you already have Soohyun, then you don't have to pull for her if that's just your focus. If you need a unit for some other game content like Guildbot, of course she's gonna be very, very nice to have. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Hope this video helped. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment. See you on the next one.